I don't know. Have you?
We're getting a lot of negative criticism on your new stash. People are saying it looks glued on. It's fake. And also, it's uneven.
It is uneven.
A lot of commentary on the unevenness.
It flares out nicely here.
Yeah.
It tends to want to. What happens? It tends to want to curve in like this.
Yeah.
So then you have to flare it out. But
it looks like an
cut it.
It looks like an 80s dad stash on this side, this one, and then over here it looks like 20s.
See how it would naturally go here.
Yeah.
This is more cool though.
I like it.
But I have to. This has to grow out more, and I have to twist it and like keep combing it out.
Oh. So it's the hair itself that has to get longer. It doesn't need to keep growing on your face, is what you're saying.
There's a kind of natural gap here. So
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It goes down and then up.
Mm-hmm.
Same here. There's a gap here.
Yeah.
Down and then up. And so this is covering that. It's not growing from there.
I see.
But over here, I always have this problem that it doesn't want to grow out.
But isn't that just because that hair is too short to like twist?
And maybe that too, because I can cut this shorter, but then it'll still have this problem I don't know.
Really? I mean, I guess that makes sense. Hair, you can have a cowlick kind of thing in your mustache.
This area too, called the pathway to heaven. What is it called?
Happy trail.
See, it's not exactly. Let's see. It's not exactly symmetrical.
Yeah. Well, isn't that because
it goes like that?
Isn't that because your doctor fucked up with your surgery? Like your stomach is like pulled one way.
That's not my stomach. That's my intestines.
Loki asked for a trigger warning before that. That's why. Something for the ladies.
All right, Grace. Well,
cover your belly band. There is women in chat, and they will lust.
Grace, It seems to me like you're trying to make this light. And so you're playing this role again between the chat and me. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Like it's going to cause this tension, right?
I mean,
let me just say this.
I don't have to pay attention to chat if you don't
want.
Okay,
so when I say, let me say this, let me say this, who talks next?
Sorry, you. I'm sorry.
And I can say, please, I'm begging you to let me say this, meaning what I'm about to say.
Okay, sorry. Yes.
You take that as a cue for you to start talking. Is that correct?
No, I just was impulsive and just wanted to say something really quickly.
All right. Well, so it's fine. Like, if you want to be this person who is like, the problem is going to be with this is going to be like, you know how you say, like, I'm looking for that high streaming, and for you, like, the high is like torturing someone like Derails.
Yes.
Or just getting someone like just.
Yeah.
Which I don't fault you for. I think it is great when you do that, when you're able to get Ruby a spurg or whatever. For me, the high of these kind of things is to, I want to really, I want to do what I've not been able to do since I became Catholic in 1994, which is to get someone to say, without being a jerk about it, to say, like, I'm trying to say, like, I think I've got a better way of understanding this than the way that pretty much everyone else presents it. And that's why I believe that the Lord gave me the name Abel, because Abel's gifts were pleased the Lord. It doesn't even say why, but as opposed to Cain, his gifts pleased the Lord. So I'm kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of wound up to do that. But yes. I love humor. I know this is not like a church meeting, but I feel a little bit like Jordan Peterson. Like, I want to really make my point.
Yeah. I really want you to make your point. I
If you
believe.
are being like goofy, it's going to cause tension.
I get that.
Like,
I get
in
that.
this context, it's more like a spice, but like I would want you to be more like, but I don't think you feel comfortable. I think you feel like you get wound up when you're saying like, okay, like I'm using you as in a certain sense to say, does this pop?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I want you to say, I see what you're saying. And sometimes you do see that.
Mm.
Like with the Father Mike Schmidt. I don't think
Yeah.
there's much space between us, right?
Yeah.
On that.
Yeah.
But or if honestly, like there's just nothing here, there's nothing, just like if I don't have anything that's like different than anything else, like, just let me drop it and I'll just go to, you know, whatever. Solo pancakes is crazy. And that's fine. I'll just be that guy.
Yeah.
But I feel like I have a point. It's not really like a point, but in some ways, like it's this bourgeois thing. And then maybe like I can loosen up once I get people to like understand that, attract some people, they're into it, we can joke around, but I just don't feel like I've ever, and it's 1994 is a long 31 years ago, right?
Yes.
31 years ago, I spent the better part of 2 decades in Catholic high schools, like trying again to do this. I never had a single student who said like, I get it, or I was inspired by that, or like they said you're a nice guy. I've met kids who said it, but like they're never like, the thing you were getting at, I got it. And so far on the internet, obviously, I don't really think I don't have that space. Anyways,
I totally get that you're wound up, and
there
like,
may
you
be
kinda
other
wanna
people
make
who
a
have
point.
this space, like, and then I don't care. Maybe I would just be part of another group. But I have never heard it.
Yeah, I believe you have a point to make. I maybe don't completely
You have
understand
a point,
it.
Ben, but you need an opponent to debate. Okay, that's another interesting question. That's another interesting thing. I absolutely would love to be in that situation. So if anyone knows a way in which I can find someone to do that, because I prefer to argue a point, and obviously it's kind of an unfair like fight with you in this, like you're not really a debate opponent on Catholicism.
No.
But
I can
you
be
could
here
at least
while you
offer like pushback or questions or whatever.
Yeah, while you brainstorm. I just want to say, like, if you don't want to like do like silly stuff with the chat, that's totally fine. That's my thing. Maybe I'm kind of trying to blend them, and I should just sit like.
I mean, there's just I'm just saying there's different.
I don't have a problem
genres
with that.
of what we do.
I don't have a problem
Like
with that at all.
when you wanted to fool around about, what was it? Like something Destiny thing.
Kid behind the camera thing.
Kid behind the camera. And I was like, you know, this age of consent thing is really interesting.
Yeah.
Intellectual, legal thing.
Right.
And you're like, that's not really what I want to do here.
Yeah.
And that's totally fine. And
that was not the vibe.
My last appearance on that channel.
You were fired.
Which I'm fine with. Because yeah. So
yeah, so I get what you're saying. It's not the vibe. I'm not saying like, oh, you're yelling at me. I'm just saying like I was trying something to.
Well, I'm just saying if it goes there,
no problem.
It's gonna like then we're gonna end up with this kind of tension that I'm not sure if that's what you want to do. You know what I mean? Because it's like if I want to do something, like you want to like facilitate me doing it if it's supposed to be my thing, and then when you're doing your thing also. So I'm just saying. If it's overly silly and you're kind of just saying like this nigga here, it's like, okay. And then I have to prove that I'm tolerant.
It's totally fine to say that's not the vibe.
Espresso Joe, but I don't mind there being humor, but it's like, I can't, you know what I mean? It's like,
okay. Yeah.
Let's see what we can do.
It's fine.
Okay. Good question from Espresso Joe X11. Don't know if you want to answer that.
You'll find out on the next Misunderstood show.
On the next Misunderstood show, last Friday. Correct?
What do you mean?
Well, you said the next show you were going to do was last Friday.
Yeah.
So I'm saying.
Are you making fun of me?
I am announcing
for
your
not
schedule.
following through.
The next Misunderstood show, this will be revealed last Friday.
This is why you're fired. Yeah. Also,
She's a whore for camera time right then. No. Just a whore.
either he paid me or I'm taking him to small claims court in New York. You'll find out on Misunderstood.
Space Cowboy, one of my faves out there, and I do want to be. I'm not going to use the word community. If I use the word community about what's going on here, I think I should be shot. You agree?
Because it's not a community.
It's not a community. No.
Well, you need to have some word for it because there's
I don't
something
know.
people are trying to
Group.
express. It's a
Group of assholes.
It's a group that is bonded over something.
We're not bonded.
Comes
Anyone want to
together.
say we're bonded?
Comes together. We're bonded. Oh, sorry, it's me joking.
We're bonded. Oh, see, now you're going to do that.
I'm just kidding. Okay, moving on.
We're bonded, of course. We're a family.
Yeah.
So much more than a community. We put the cum in community. What? All right, now.
Well, but you can theorize all you want, Space Cowboy. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't.
No, but what I want to pick up on is
in.
the last word he uses here is actually what I want to talk about today. Bougie.